Now, one player that I think we have to revisit trade talk is Sandy Alcantara. And every time we talk about Sandy on the move, it's Sandy Alcantara. Why? Every front office executive is paying attention to Sandy Alcantara. And because he's off to a 2-0 start, ERA over 4, Dan, you like what you see so far.
Love what
physically from Sandy Alcantara. Why?
Because I would rather have him with a more elevated earned run average, and he's going to bring that down, just like Skubal has done. But what's coming out of his hand, to me, is more important than the numbers. He looks fluid. He looks free and easy. His delivery looks the same as it did before he had the injury. The velocity's there. It hasn't been consistently in the strike zone where he'd like it. But listen, he's missed a lot of time. It's not just that easy to be away from the game almost a year and a half and think you're going to come back with the same command. But I really like what I've seen. And if I'm a scout, I don't care if he gives up 7 runs and I go to watch a pitch. I want to see that finish.
So you'd make a deal for him right now?
I would trade for him right now.
I'm surprised he's still there.
The landscape has changed. So there is a clear-cut number 1 team. I like getting ahead of stories. We've been doing that lately on the show, right? Mm-hmm. The number 1 team is coming up in a second because there are other teams in the mix. Now, our colleague, Yonder Alonso, who some believe is an insider for the San Diego Padres, he is a believer
You think this is the Padres?
that the San Diego Padres could be in the mix for Sandy Alcantara's services. So let's think about that for a second, and we'll walk over here because I just want to see.
It's hard to say there's not a fit, but if there's one rotation.
Well, does the hat fit? Does it look like this is a good fit for Sandy?
No, my shoes fit.
Don't fall over. Dan, do you think the Padres are a realistic destination?
Yeah, listen, A.J. Preller is in on everybody. If we haven't learned that the last couple of years.
You're right.
Where the Padres, whether it's a position player, it's in the bullpen, it's in the starting rotation, if that guy's available, he's on the market. A.J. Preller's made a call.
And he's already made business. He's done business with the Marlins. A year ago, he made a deal for Luis Ariz. So they've got history. They do have history. I want to show you another team. Now, this might be pushing the panic button.
No, that's
panic button. No, they need to push that button yesterday.
That's my point. Like, they need to go get Sandy Alcantara.
They have an inventory of young players in the minor leagues.
That's what I was going to say. They got maybe the best chance of landing him of anybody in baseball, because of what they have in the minor league system.
There's a team that is in front of the Orioles that I think has more of an inventory, and that's the
you might be right.
The Boston Red Sox.
They're loaded, too.
Are loaded. They've got a logjam of position players. The Marlins want to stack as much talent as possible. And other than Garrett Crochet, Dan, that rotation's having a hard time.
Yeah, that would be quite a 1-2 right-left tandem, right? Alcantara and Crochet. That would make the Red Sox stock go way up.
But talk about stock. This guy's contract.
That's a big point.
Is a huge point. It was $55 million over 5 years.
It adds so much more value to the player, and you're going to get more in return in terms of prospect inventory. The number 1 team, I believe, that is now the clear-cut favorite due to injury. Justin Steele goes out. Dan, I think the Cubs are the favorite not to land.
I couldn't agree with you more. The Cubs may have some issue in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning until they get this bullpen situation ironed out. I agree with you 100%. They find themselves on the top in the Central right now. They're hitting, they're scoring runs. I don't think anybody could have seen them scoring runs the way they're scoring runs. For them, it's going to be about run prevention, limiting the amount of work that bullpen gets. This is the guy.
I'm going to go back to the AL East and just a little bit over the Hudson River, and I'm going to say the Yankees. The Yankees have to be in this conversation. He changes their fortunes. Their pitching, I'm sorry, but you lose Garrett Cole, and you have Hill out with an injury, and what we've seen from that rotation so far, I mean.
You think the Yankees would be number 1?
I think I'm not saying number 1. I think the Yankees are in the conversation. I don't think any of these are number 1. I think they're sitting back going.
I think with Steele lost for the year, the Cubs have to go get Sandy Alcantara.
But you would say the same thing about every one of the teams.
The most logical for me would be the Baltimore Orioles. They have the best inventory of close to being ready-made position players as any organization in baseball. They have a dire need for starting rotation. Let's make no bones about it. Charlie Morton hasn't worked out so far. It's too early. But this starting rotation without Grayson Rodriguez, they're missing a guy. They're missing Corbin Burns. This guy could replace
If they
Burns.
get Sandy Alcantara, would you say the Orioles are the best team in the AL East?
I think their stock goes way up. They need him
That's my point. It's desperation. The Chicago Cubs, if they get Sandy Alcantara, they, to me, are by far the best team in the NL
I don't think it's
Central.
desperation for the Orioles at all. I think if you talk to the front office, they think they can win the East. And if they get him, yes. Look, we're a long ways from that trade deadline, too. And they have enough inventory to get him and still be able to do other things.
Do you think Peter Bendix waits till the trade deadline to move Sandy Alcantara?
I don't think he can wait that long.
I don't know if he'll wait that long. He's going to wait till he gets what he thinks is the best offer.
All right, we'll see.